Alright, so we're gonna clean this up here in this video, and we're going to actually check the coils, make sure they're good, put a battery in it, and get it running. So this will be a shorter video. We'll get that done, and then we will get this one out of here. So let's do it. Alright, so I still need to go get a battery. I just haven't gone out and done that. I should have done it yesterday whenever I picked up the tires, but I forgot. So I don't think you have any interest in watching me scrub this thing clean and work on getting some of the rust off. So I'm going to do that while I have some time before I go get a battery. And then once I get the battery, we'll come back and see what our spark issue is. I don't think it'll be hard to figure out. It's probably likely a coil pack. We can do some tests on that, measure some resistance and whatnot, figure out if it's coil pack. Check spark, pull each plug, make sure they're all sparking, and we'll get that done here shortly. But right now I'm just going to do a little bit of elbow grease on this thing, get those little rust patches and pits out of the chrome, and get it ready to get out of here. Okay, so we're going to check the coil packs here and see if they're good. So you got this first coil pack for the rear cylinder, and then the second coil pack up here underneath the gas tank for the front cylinder. So we're going to pull both the boots off of the back one for that same coil and measure. Let's check it out. And we're measuring resistance across from boot to boot, and it should be between 30 and 40,000. Looks like we got 31, 32. So 31.9, 32,000 ohms. So that's within range. We'll go ahead and we'll check the front one too. If that measures out, we should be good unless there's something wrong on the primary side. We're still going to pull all the plugs and make sure that they don't look all fouled up and that they are getting good spark. So let's go ahead and do that. So you need this tool. This is the spark plug removal tool. It's out of the toolkit that's on the underside here. So We're just gonna feed that in and get it sitting around the spark plug, and then this is just a 17 millimeter that fits on the top of here. Helps start it easier. It was already kind of loose, which seems to be the common theme here. When I took the exhaust off, those bolts felt a little loose too. So let's see what this looks like. Well, it's not terrible. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's not terrible. I mean, it's a little dirty. It's a little dark, but it's got miles on it, so it should be okay. It should definitely still generate a good spark. So this is that first spark plug I pulled. I mean, yeah, it's a little dirty, a little dark. It looks like it's got more carbon buildup on this side than the other. But should be good enough to do the job. It should create a good spark still. So we'll give it a shot and let's see what it does. Okay, so I went ahead and I got a battery put in here. That came in, got that charged up. That's what I was doing while I was cleaning this bike. Got everything plugged back in and tidied up over here. So ignition's on. We're gonna see if we get some spark here. Looks like we're getting lots of sparks. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the other 3 plugs, make sure everybody's got good spark, and if so, we'll put them back in for the time being. And if one of them dies or has an issue, I'm gonna let you know. Okay, so I checked all 4 plugs. They all sparked. They all looked okay. Both coils looked like they measured okay with resistance. So everything's back in. I got a temporary gas tank with that old Gatorade bottle and a can of Go-Go juice starter fluid. So we're going to see what we can do here. Let's get lucky. Choke is out. Dude, there's no way. There's no way. Wow, we were lucky. So, it's probably having trouble getting gas from there, but we're in good shape. She turns over. So I think it's having trouble getting fuel through such a small fuel line that we have set up here. I do also think it kind of kicked over just on the starter fluid, but I'm going to put the actual tank on here and let it, with some brand new fuel, try to get that old fuel out of the carbs and see if we can get her to stay running. Got the tank on, there's good gas in it. Hoodcock's on, choke is out. Let's see if we can get it to start and stay running. Some of that old gas out of there. There we go, it's getting that new gas now. It's getting there. It's gonna start. Okay, so we got it running, but you can hear that she's barely hanging on. This is not a spark issue, this is a fuel issue. So I'm gonna try to get some new fuel to the carbs, see if I can gunk them up. If I have to, we'll take it all back down. But I'm just gonna let this idle here low, get that new gas in and through it a little bit, see if it clears up a bit. If not, we'll take a look at pulling the carbs. There you go, she just died. So we're going to go through this cycle a little bit and wait till that new fuel really gets in there and it starts running off of that, and see if we can get her going. I'll keep you posted. Okay, got this pulled back inside. Went through a few cycles of it running and stalling. Finally got it to run and just idle. However, it only wants to idle at like 500 RPMs, which is way too low for this. So I got fresh gas, ethanol-free gas, and some seafoam in the tank right now, hoping that mixture works its way down into the carbs and maybe helps clear those out. So I'm going to put the battery on the trickle charger just so it stays fresh, and we will bring this back out tomorrow and see if we can get it to run some higher RPMs and blow all that junk out of the carbs. Okay, so a little bit of trouble with this. You saw we got it started. It ran on some starter fluid. Got it to idle extremely low on a little bit of gas, but could never get it to clear up. Let the bike get really warm. Didn't want to get out of that really low throttle range. Would die if you gave it any gas. For a moment, with a little bit of starter fluid, I got it to open up. Got some high RPMs running, so it was pulling gas through. But you know, as soon as you let the gas back off, back to an idle state, it would just die again. So I know I have a fuel issue. I tried to do it the cheap way and run some seafoam through it. That didn't help at all. Let it sit for a day, try to start it again, same thing, no issues. So now we're going to go a little bit deeper, and we're going to take this back down, get the carburetor out, pull the carb apart, get it sprayed out, soak it a little bit, and really make sure there's nothing gunked up in there. So we're going to do that, and we'll see what we find. Okay, you saw with a little bit of struggling, we finally got the carburetor off and out. These boots were extremely stuck on. Hit them with some WD-40 and then used a piece of wood to kind of pry it out. So the choke was, like I said, stuck a little bit, so you can see this one's got pulled out of position a little bit. This one's pretty tight with tension on it, so we're going to have to mess around with that a little bit, see if we can maybe we have to replace those, maybe we can make them work. One thing we are going to have to replace is this fuel tee. So this plastic just kind of cracked and disintegrated while taking it off. So we'll replace the fuel line that was feeding it, and we'll get a tee replacement. But for now, let's break these open, see how it looks, and start spraying and cleaning. Alright, so we got it taken apart. You can see down in here there was a bunch of junk we got pulled out. It was like gelatinated glue, or gasoline, I guess. So we're going to take these seals out. We're going to soak these so all this crust that's stuck on it gets off, and then we'll put that in the cleaner. And then in the meantime, we're going to take some CRC carb and just spray it through all these jets, try to get as much junk out as we can. Then after that, we'll worry about cleaning up some of these other small carb pieces. I'm going to try not to take any of the jets and ports out because I don't want to have to reset those. I think it'll be fine. I think this will be enough. And then we checked out these diaphragms. They look like they're in really good shape, even though it's a little rough with the one. Needles are a little dirty, so we'll get those sprayed and wiped clean. And then we'll get it slapped back together and replace some of the parts that we broke off, mainly that fuel line T, and we'll go from there. All right, see you in a little bit. Okay, so got this all cleaned up, blew some compressed air through everything. Everything's opened up and feels good. Same thing, we soaked these larger jets, got them cleaned up. There was some gunk, that same stuff that was sitting on the bottom of these, which you could see are all cleaned up and polished off now. But got that off of these. You could visibly see through all these. That's good. These smaller ones are still a little bit problematic. Can't get air to go through them, can't spray through them. I soaked them and tried to get them clear, but haven't been successful yet. So I'm going to soak these some more and try to get these cleared out. I do have a carb rebuild kit to replace the gaskets coming, but that come with these jets. If I need to use them, I will. I'd prefer not to. So we're going to soak these a little bit longer and get this all together once our carb kit comes in. In the meantime, that filter that disintegrated, I had some extra really thin filter foam, so I just cut a piece to fit in here. It'll work perfect, and it was a quick and easy fix. So that is taken care of, and we'll get this put back on the bike, so when we put the carb in, it just fits right in place.
Okay, so our carb kit came in, which is great. It gave us these gasket seals. It gave us new floats that match. It did give us, some new jets and like fuel intake and needles and stuff. But I was able to get these cleaned up to brand new, so I'm going to use the stock OEM ones that came. The one thing that was a little different was the needles on the carb kit were longer, so we're definitely going to use the original units. I told you that plastic T got broken. Went and bought this brass T. It's the same internal diameter, and will do just fine to fit up. So everything's cleaned up here. One thing I did do while off is I took the fuel inlet piece of brass out because I realized there was a filter in there, and I got these filters all sprayed out and cleaned on both units. So everything's clean. We're going to work on reassembling this now and getting it back on the bike, and that should be what we need to do to get this to run nice. So we're going to start working on that. we got this carb all together. Went together very smoothly. Replaced this little piece of fuel tube because the other one was just kind of worn out, so it was a little tough getting on there. But we sprayed some carb cleaner in there, get it loosened up, and had no issues. I just, for the quick moment, had this old piece sitting in there just to kind of bend this tube out a little bit, but everything went together great. So now we are going to go over to the bike and get this back in place.
Okay, as you saw, there was a little bit of struggle getting the carburetor back in place, but with a little force and pushing in correct direction, we got it in and all sealed up. We got the air box back on and the air filter box back on. Everything's connected and secured there. Come around to this side, we got the new fuel line hooked up and in place. We got the throttle cable back connected. Like I said, the air, the main air, and then like the smaller secondary air filters are connected. Got the choke back on. I forgot that this bracket here goes behind the fins, actually kind of like between the fins, and then this bolt threads it on. I was trying to put this bracket on the front side and the bolt wasn't long enough, so remembered that finally and got that connected. So next thing is I'm going to put the filter together on the other side, get the gas tank on, and we're going to roll it out and see if what we did to the carburetor fixed our issue. Hopefully this idles much easier and we'll throttle up without, you know, dying on us. So if we do that, we're in good shape. We're going to find out here shortly. Okay, it's a nice day. It's sunny out finally. Let's turn the fuel on. Make sure this choke is pulled out. Tighten this a little bit. Okay, we got juice. It's probably going to take a minute to start because there's no gas in the carb. We got to let the fuel pump run a little bit. So I didn't put any starter fluid in it. We're just going to see if it sucks this new gas through and get started. So fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. All right, it's starting to thump. That's a good sign. Well, that's the best it's ever run, and we haven't touched anything. Choke is pulled. It's pretty low. We're gonna have to give it some juice, but let's just let it sit here for a minute and get some good gas going through there. Make sure those carbs fill up. You can hear that those carbs filling up, more gas getting in there. The idle automatically picked up. Oh my God, it sounds great. Sounds way better than it did. Oh, perfect. Look at this. Here we go.
Real smooth throttle on, and it picks up. Oh, we got ourselves a bike. That sounds good. All right, I'm gonna get the seat on this. We'll take it for a spin, give it one more nice clean, and probably get it for sale here pretty soon. This one's a flip. I'm not keeping this one, so we'll get this one out of the way so we can bring in another one. We got a lot of grayish white smoke coming out the back. I'm not worried about that. There's a lot of WD-40 and carb cleaners left in the carb. Also, this tank is like half seafoam, so we're gonna let this work itself out, and we should be in good shape. All right, that ran like a dream. I took it for a couple laps around the neighborhood, let it get warmed up. Clutch feels great, brakes feel great, rides real smooth and nice. Honestly, I think it rides better than my bike, or at least runs better than my bike. I don't know about rides better, but that's cool. That was a good first bike project for the channel. It's second or third bike I've done here recently, so I'm going to try to get this out of the way in the garage and bring in another Honda variant of a bike. It's not a Shadow, but it'll be here next, and that'll be the next one that we get working on and get running. It has a very similar story, actually same owner. It's been parked for quite a while and is probably going to need some work. So this is a fun project. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me struggle through some of the things. Other things went smoothly, but we got another Honda variant motorcycle coming in here after this one gets out. It is not a Shadow, but I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like it, and maybe leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. See if I missed something or you would have liked to see something different. And we got another one coming. So thanks, guys. See ya.